Hello? Mic check. Is it working? Every time I reset up a stream, I get scared that I'm not setting shit up right. So it looks like he has new mouth textures. No, that's that should be in the one that's on the channel. That texture in specific, at least. The mic is indeed checked. The voice is in my head. Oh dear. Hi. Welcome to hell. So I did this type of stream last time with, where is it, the new place. That was a fun stream. I had a lot of fun doing that. So I wanted to do it again. It's going to be a lot shorter because this video is quite literally half of the length. Not even, it's like a third of the length. That's actually, my math is wrong. How much is 13 out of 29? So it's about 45% of the length. But this video was like the smoothest production I think I've ever had on any video. Welcome. So I just thought it'd be fun to talk about. 7 motherfuckers in this chat. God motherfucking damn. God motherfucking damn. Is my mic too loud or anything? LMK. I have every video in the series open because I'm probably gonna like end up bouncing around to them just to talk about it. So I need a swig of agua. Mike's chilling. All right, Liddy big titty. All right. TS5. What do you want in on, bro? That's stupid. Okay. I'm just gonna start because this video is kind of loaded, like editing wise, production wise, story wise. So I think I'm gonna just start the ball rolling. I'm actually gonna play it for a little bit. Just tell me how like the audio sounds, because I don't have it overpowering my voice or anything. I don't want it to be too loud. That looks maybe like here. Let me know how that sounds compared to my voice. I just want, like, I don't want the video to be too loud. How's that sound? Are we chilling? Are we vibing and thriving? Are we thriving and vibing? Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up from Mr. Sean. So big chillin'. All right. Video time. Thank you, Aaron. Hello, Diamondia. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Super Meme Glitcher 5. E-Disc. Is TS5 still in here? That'd be funny. Anyway, I'm gonna actually start now. This is Interlude, test flight number 1. It comes off the heels of one like pretty short scene, all things considered, in the new place where Blue is introduced to Clowny the clown car. Oh, my ears! Okay. Yeah, this whole scene with the funny clown car zooming on his face a bit. Everyone loves it. Da-da! Alright. So, for context, the description pretty much just lays out the premise of the video. It says, Blue, now entrusted by Toadsworth to modify Clowny, commences his first flight with the clown car. So, yeah. Let's get the ball rolling. Interlude. Test flight number 1. So this video actually forgoes... Wait, you can't watch this yet. Why can't you watch? Have you not watched this video, goddammit? rat. Get on that shit. Anyway, this video doesn't have the opening theme. So you hear that little like tape recorder thing being placed inside. Whatever. I don't know exactly what that sound effect's supposed to be. It just sounded cool. Usually it cuts to the intro with the whole Forest Maze remix, but this time it's literally just straight to the title card. We kind of just skip over the opening because this video would have been like 16 minutes if I added the opening, and it's already only like, what, yeah, 11 minutes with the credits. So I thought, you know, at first I had the intro for a while, but it was like, nah, probably don't want all that. Behind the interlude text is this mushroom logo. The mushroom logo is, so in the new place, right, you go to this part and it has like the loop-de-loop, the Florin loop-de-loop, because there's two sides to the story. So there's the royal, like Princess Peach's castle side, and then there's the Florin side, which is like this first half of the video with all the guys in Flora County. So it's a lot, there's like a dichotomy, I guess I want to say. I don't know the best word to explain it, but basically the story will either bounce between them or they'll like come together at certain points eventually in the future. And depending on what you see, like here is obviously just where the story is at the current point. So since this episode starts out with the Florin guys, it starts out with this logo. Since this video is all about Peach's Castle, it starts out with this one. And then there's the funny Clowny sound. Right here, he's just kind of like pressing buttons behind Clowny. 5 days after the day of the lease, obviously. That's like the time frame for most videos. Most videos are just going to use the day of the lease as like a reference point. So yeah, July 24th, XX10. 5 days later is July 29th. It's just kind of like a reference point, so you get how long it's been since certain events. Yeah, here he is tinkering with Clowny. Something clicks behind Clowny. He's like, oh, I knew it. And he steps back because he thinks Clowny's about to like do his thing. He's about to take off. All right now, Clowny. But he doesn't see this happen. His eyes go yellow. Ascend, mechanical child of King Koopa. If you know the... Putting those dead naming his own characters. Oh god, he's still Clowny at this point. If you know the whole bit with this video, where is it? Ascend. It's like a big, I don't know, it's like a catchphrase of the video. I thought it was really fun to, I guess, market it on that word. It's good fun. Mechanical child of King Koopa is pretty obvious. It's just like the clown car was originally Bowser's, then they stole it. So it is technically like Bowser's child, I guess. This fire clown car design, I kind of tried to base it off like the Mario Maker design, where like he has like the eyes like that, but I don't know how well it came off. I figured it got the point across. It didn't have to be like one-to-one like this. But yeah, Clowny starts charging. This effect was a pain in the absolute ass. It's like a bunch of layers of these little particles going towards the center, and then I blurred it, and then I added the glow to Clowny's snout. And oh my god, it was like 20 layers, and this single shot was like half of the render time. I shit you not. It was so bizarre. But I think it was worth it. And then Blue opens his eye. He's like, oh, something's happening. That's weird. And same with this. This was rough too, because it's also the fire effect. It's also Clowny changing colors, which is just a color code swap, and then I like just mapped, like I layered them on top of each other, so he's just flickering. But this shit was painful to get through. Like I could not sit through that render and be like, oh my god, this shit is taking literal eons to render. It was just because like after, I think maybe after this scene where Clowny shoots the fireball, the rest of the video rendered in like 30 minutes tops. This shit took like 20 minutes on its own. These two shots with Clowny charging the fireball and then shooting it. It was so weird that it took that long. The fire effect is sick as fuck. Thank you. That's a bad word. There's a car zooming outside. I'm sorry if you heard that. And then, so a big thing this video plays with is the squash and stretch. Where like in Vegas, I would just stretch the footage and make him like bounce around. So he does that here. The only time I used that in the new place was in one single shot. And it was right here. And thank God for color code keyframe. It actually wasn't keyframed. I didn't keyframe that in Saturn. It was just like 2 layers. I literally just took a screenshot of Clowny's body with that color code and then one without it. The only time I used squash and stretch in the new place was this shot, and coincidentally, this is the last shot that I made for that video. So it's just kind of an interesting, like, I edit out of order. So this was the final thing I recorded for the new place and edited, and it just so happens to be the one with squash and stretch like that. Actually, no, I lied. There's more. In the post-credit scene, I think I had the squash and stretch too. I think right here, right? Yeah, I had it a little bit here. It's more subtle, I think. Anyway, back to this actual video. Clowny shoots, another painful shit to render. If you do the frame by frame, Clowny's like stretched up here. Oh, excuse me. He lets her rip. The background goes white, and then he like lengthens. If you do the frame by frame, it's really funny because he looks stupid. But I think it came out pretty well. Fireball hits the wall. Keep this scorch mark in mind. That'll come back later. And then, noted. Don't even think about it. Keep that line in mind because that comes back later too. And then Clowny just leaves. And Blue, okay, this is one of my favorite expressions in the video actually. I gotta rewind on that. Blue has like the eye bags under his eyes because he's fucking sick of this. He hates every second of this work that he's doing. Because he has to take care of like what's a, like, Clowny's like a robotic child. Like, what do you even do? And then he chases Clowny down, running through the halls. Bumps past Benjamin, who, if you know the video, he's like the secondary protagonist. He's the biggest part of this video outside of Blue. And there's a random Toad NPC in the castle. He runs past Spade. Now, Spade, we're gonna jump back to the new place. Where is it? That's loud, I'm sorry. Maybe the princess should fund some spears. Because you couldn't throw a punch to save her life. He's holding a spear. Just saying. And then I thought this shot was cool. Just Spade watching him flee off in the distance. And Clowny's just waiting for him. Not much of a talker, foreshadowing. If you value my work, then just stay put. See, now I thought like I gave enough hints throughout this video that that's so funny. What? Maybe the effects kind of look like Paper Mario effects. Yeah, that's very intentional. I did mean for it to feel like Paper Mario. I felt like I dropped enough hints throughout this video that Clowny is conscious and just kind of like an asshole. So like right here, Blue literally says, if you value my work, don't move, do not leave. And what does he do? He's gone. He ditches him. Then he says, for sure, good talk. It'd be nice to get to know you someday. It's foreshadowing. I thought this shot was cool, but it doesn't really mean anything. And then he says the new Blue thing again, which is, you know, a reference to like the Vegas plugins. Everyone knows new Blue effects. I also, this same joke was in the new place, but I thought it was like a good enough nickname to bring it back. You got a minute? Nope. This shot was interesting. So you can't really, at least in the version of Saturn I have installed, I can't really keyframe the spinning. So I had to manually drag the Mario like rotating thing, the slider. I had to drag it on my own and then spin him around. So if you do the frame by frame, it looks a little unnatural, but I think there it looks fine if you play it. Nope. Kind of busy right now, and he walks away. This shot is arguably one of my favorites. Spade runs up. Every footstep he makes has a sound effect to it. And then he skids. You hear the skid sound effect too, right? And then he screams. I have to apologize. He doesn't want to apologize. He has to. Because he got yelled at by Toadsworth. Because Toadsworth in the last video... Where is it? What did he say? I'll talk to Spade about what he did. So, rotating keyframes is still broken. Yeah, no, it's kind of upsetting. But it's okay. Because I imagine it's going to be fixed eventually. I'm pretty sure Rise fixed it in her version that she has. Um, so he says I have to apologize because Toadsworth talked to him about something. It's just I thought that was really funny. But this shot is so fun to look at. I'm just gonna play it in full motion and then do the breakdown after. So, combination of things. One, Spade runs up, and then right here you can barely see he squishes a little bit because he's like skidding. He's coming to a complete stop, so he squishes a little bit. Changes to this pose where he's still squished. Punches. The camera's shaking, so there's a little bit of blur. Never had issues with keyframes. I guess I have a skill issue then. And then you see like this, I guess silhouette. I don't really know what to call it, but it's just the negative of the green screen and then reversed. I lost my train of thought. And then it has like this like dot pattern behind it. I just thought it looked really cool. And the screen stopped shaking. I only recently learned that you can keyframe the earthquake effect on New Blue, which is funny. But the stupidest shit in this video is the birds in the background flying up, because I did some wizardry to get that to work. Also, it's not even perfect. You can see one of them disappears right there and then comes back. But complete stupid wizardry to get that working. I'll show you what I did. It's like really dumb. This is loud as shit. Stop that. Stop that. Stop. Saturn. Thank you. Okay. So what I did is I froze the camera right here. And then I ran down. I had Mario on scale 1. Or scale nothing, actually. It was really small. How can I make Mario 64 videos on PC? There's tons of different options, brother. Did I miss it? I looked away. But did the birds fly away? They should fly, I think, horizontally, away from the camera. I looked away, I don't know. Shit. Yeah, I froze the camera here. I ran towards it. The birds fly this way. And they're still over the green of the grass, like on this top part. So what I did is I chroma keyed this green out with like the harshest settings, so it got rid of everything. And then I cropped it and rotated it. And so that's why when they fly, because Spade screams like that, they go upwards. I just rotated it and then they just kind of move in like this arc. And I'm a fucking genius, respectfully. I can't believe I pulled that off. But I think it looked really good. And the blue stops. And he says, yeah, that's cool, I'll read off your script later. I think I said this on Twitter. Rise actually wrote this scene between Spade and Blue. So that's why she's credited in the credits as like... whatchamacallit? As a writer, it says written by Very Fair, me, and then Rise. Yeah, she actually wrote this whole scene. And then this shot is also really cool. At least to me. The doorknob is blurred right here. Excuse me, Jesus. Doorknob is blurred right here. Blue reaches for it. And then Spade swings his spear past him. Spade is moving at the speed of light, by the way. Look how fast this man runs over here. And then immediately brings the spear down. Bonk. Whacks his hand away. Knocks Blue back. There's a lot of stretching there. Like Blue is like long like that. Pause. He says, what's your deal? What's your deal? And then the close-up. Why are you even out here? Spade's expression changes between these shots. He goes from, like, his mouth is, like, here. And then the next one, it's, like, way down here. He's like, hmm? Why are you even out here? Blue says, modifying a clown car. Spade says, and who gave you the authority to do that? He doesn't answer the question. But it was Toadsworth. We know it was Toadsworth from the last video. He doesn't answer the question, though. And then he says, I'm telling Toadsworth. Blue says, be my guest, because what's Toadsworth going to say? Oh, I let him do it. And then Spade's eye twitches again. Now this shot, I really need to try to download Super Mario 64 mods. Yeah, bro. Do your thing. In this shot, this is the same shot earlier as when Blue bumped past Benjamin. I think even this footage of this Toad is reused. I just reversed it so he turns around instead of... Or like, yeah, he turns away instead of turning towards the camera. Maybe I didn't reverse it, actually. No, that's too natural. But Benjamin's not there. That's like a hint that he's going to be in the courtyard when he comes back. Here's Blue walking through the hallway. And there he is. Hey! Hi, Benjamin. I actually didn't. I added this line like last minute. There wasn't going to be a line here, but I'm like, people might have missed the name of this character in the new place because it was barely, it was like one line of dialogue. They barely say his name. So I'm like, okay, I'll put this line in so people know this guy's name. Benjamin, obviously. This is incredible. How do we have him? He's already fanboying over the clown car existing. Mario stole it. Didn't want to keep it at his house. Toadsworth told me to modify it. Isn't his mouth supposed to be orange? Because, yeah, his mouth is supposed to be orange if you go to a junior clown car, which is what Clowny is mostly based off. He does have an orange mouth. And if I go in Saturn, if I go to Clowny, and if I give him the orange nozzle that he's supposed to have, which is like here-ish, it doesn't look right. It's like bizarre to look at, but also because Clowny was designed as a separate clown car initially. It wasn't meant to be Bowser's clown car, just modified. So the model that I have is the one with the snout. So I'm like, okay, it'd be funny if Clowny's snout was broken and he's stuck in firing mode. That was like the whole reason. This was originally like a completely original design, but now it's just one of Bowser's clown cars and it's gonna get modified over the future. So that's why it doesn't have the normal smile. Blue always has a nerd voice. Messed up. He says it's busted. What all happened to him? The geezer put too much trust in the rest of the castle staff. He's talking about Toadsworth saying, giving like the staff the opportunity to work on Clowny. Obviously didn't go too well because he's all broken. His snout somehow went from white to orange to white rather. He's stuck in the firing mode. His eyes are a little goofy. Like there's a lot wrong with Clowny. There's they broke this poor man. Also, one thing in this video, Blue always refers to Clowny as it. Just keep that in mind. And then Clowny takes off again. Among other misfortunes, because Blue cannot figure out why Clowny just keeps doing that. I thought this shot was cool. There's nothing really crazy about it, though. What's his name? They call it Clowny. And Benny's just defeated. Yup. What if you called him something else? He's brainstormed. Okay. Oh, I muted on accident. If you go back to the new place, I think the last thing Blue says in this scene right here is first order of business is a name change, though. Which, that's what, you know, he intended that, but come around to this video, he's just like trying to fix him up and get him working again instead of, he doesn't really care about the name change, he's just thinking about it. What if it was always orange, but Toadsworth painted it white to hide that it's in firing mode? That could be funny, but I do like the idea that the clown cars are just like lit up, like they're colored by like LEDs. Because when it becomes a fire clown car, it goes like red. It goes like something like, oh shit, something like that, right? So I'm like, what if it's just lights under the frame? And that's why, like, do I have the fire eyes on this? I don't. I think I have it on this one, which is, yeah, something like this. So I'm like, what if it's just lights on underneath it? And that's why the snout is white instead. Like, they just broke something in its programming, and the snout used to be orange, and now it's white. That was my idea, but I don't know how, like, easily I can communicate that, and it also doesn't make sense because it just kind of looks like a big plastic thing. It's not really, like, super technologically advanced or anything crazy. To catch his enemies off guard. What was that in response to? I'm sorry, I'm talking so much I lost track. Anyway, he's brainstormed. He says, Robo-Clown, Clown Doom, Harlicopter. I like Harlicopter. I thought that one was really funny. And the Flying Circus, which is also a good bit. He likes green. Benny dies right here. His head fucking explodes. He's dead. He has a concussion and he died. I'm lying. He got back up just fine. Clowny descends here. Green? Green. I'm blue. That thing is green. There's a yellow around here somewhere. I thought this was so funny for no reason. Just the cut to yellow inside the... I think this is the pool room of Machinima Castle. He's just... He's like, someone say my name? I thought it was so funny. Then he's like, oh, that's... I mean, if that's what you want. No judgment. He's totally silently judging him. And the awkward silence. There's a lot of awkward silences in this scene. I thought it was just funny. So, can I get back to it? Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I doubt anybody really noticed this, but this detail I'm about to tell you was completely intentional. So that song that played right there. So I need this model of green, by the way. I'm sorry, it's not public. Toho Fusion, yeah, dude. The song is heat. But it was in the new place first. And when it plays here, you can, if you sync these scenes up, the footsteps are almost perfectly in sync to the music. Da-da-da. And then that's when Toadette starts walking in the new place. So whereas in this scene, in the new place, Blue lets Toadette walk away. He's like, wait, I have to tell you something. As she's about to leave, he's just like, I'll tell you later. But in the new, test flight rather, before Benny leaves, Blue actually stops him. So he's like, you know, he's open to it. He's trying to be. This is the same song from that scene, so it was just, I don't know, I thought that was a cool detail, and it was completely intentional. Have you checked to make sure his supercharger still works? I have not. I didn't think it had one. No, being like this. So even Benjamin is like completely foreshadowing the fact that he's a living being. Like, Clowny is not just a machine. I mean, obviously Clowny like operates with like car parts and shit. And he's still like a robot, I guess. But he's like alive. It's weird. It's like he's like magical almost. So he calls him a being. How do you know what a supercharger is basically what he's saying. He was a mechanic of sorts back home. Poshley Heights had tons of wealthy folk modding their carts all the time. This Babam, I think his name is Gold Bob in Thousand Year Door. I tried to make him look like it. Because Poshley Heights is a Thousand Year Door location. Gold Bob is one of the characters. This is as close as I got. I think it gets the point across. It's a Poshley Heights Babam. And that was also... oh my, I have the hiccups, dude. This is rough. It was in the new place that Toadsworth mentions that they're from Poshley Heights. Lovely fellows plucked right out of Poshley Heights. And also, when Benny says... where is it? He was a mechanic of sorts back home. That was also in... where is it? Dude, how are you not going to ask him about his cart? The reason he would ask him about his cart is because they were mechanics. So they're, like, interested in that shit. It's their field. He's like, how are you not going to ask him about it, dude? That's our whole, like, thing, bro. And come around here, he's like, oh, well, I know what that is because I worked on this stuff all the time. Poshley Heights had tons of wealthy folk modding their carts all the time. But, you know, rumors circulate. Everyone knows that a clown cart isn't typical. They're definitely modded to be as wacky as possible. Again, bordering on magic. And I thought this was cool. So Blue's face starts like this, and then as Benny walks past, you can see his expression change. He's smiling here. There are... so in this line, Benny says, it looks to me like his supercharger got taken out entirely. If you actually rewind a little bit, you can see the loose wires just kind of strewn about. I don't know how well I got that point across. I don't think... this was a hard detail to get right. I could... like, this was like a last minute addition. But I did have to add it because of this detail. He says you see those loose wires. And Blue was just like, huh. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I bet one of these bums sold it for some coinage. He's a hater, bro. You just called a bunch of the castle workers bums, dude. That's brutal. I think this is something we can fix. We can fix. I know a guy back home who can give us what we need. And Blue's like, we? I think this scene is just really cute. If you're in, we'll make it happen. Look at that. It's as simple as that. All they had to do was talk. And this is my, like, it's probably second favorite scene in the video. Just this whole montage. And then there was, like, Clowny sound. Everyone knows Clowny sound. The da-dum! Classic. Day 2, just another day at work. So originally in this video, I actually did, like, the dates. So before it was, so the first scene of the video says July 29th. This scene would have been July 30th. And then later on when it says day 3, it would have been July 31st. Um, but I changed just the initial date, day 2, just to get the point across. It is the next day. This shot was fucking hellish. But it was fun because this was done with the auto chroma thing in Saturn, where like you can freeze the camera, and then turn on chroma key, and you'll have the same camera angle every single time for every single character and the background. So it's really easy to just paste a bunch of random characters in. You got Tot wearing sleeves. Tot is from the rest of the videos. When did this start? 37 minutes and 7 seconds ago. Tot's wearing sleeves. There's a purple toad back here. There's Heart and Club. They're 2 of the castle guards, kind of in line with the whole card suit thing that Spade is based on. There's a normal generic toad here. There's a Monty mole. I hate big scenes with lots of characters. Yeah, dude, it's hell. But it looks good if you can line it up right. Yeah, it is a lot of layers. So many layers, says SMF 128. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 layers, 18 counting the background. Hell. Anyways, there's a Chef Goomba. There's like this bluish Yoshi. There's an orange Shy Guy. There's a shopkeeper from Thousand Year Door, because MGS just had that model. So I'm like, okay, I'll use it. Why not? And then there's Kabosu, Otter, Benjamin, Toadette, Yellow, Blue, Tot. These are like your main guys. These are the ones you should care about. Except Spade's not in this scene. 19 counting the layer of depression. True. No, this is a happy video. So Peach is in this video for a couple scenes. I'll get into her a little bit. I thought this was so funny. Toadsworth sees that Blue is like looking over at Benjamin because he heard their conversation. He was in that shot in the hallway where he's like proud that like, yeah, shit's going on out there. This is awesome. I did that. I gave him the clown car. That's all me. Is what Toadsworth is thinking right now. He's like, hell yeah. So he's like looking at them and he sees like, he's just envisioning Clowny between them. It's like the one thing that brought them together. I thought it was a cute visual. But he's like geeking out about it. He's like, and he's still jittering in the corner over here. I thought it was really funny. Peach hears him giggling and her expression. I thought, I need the new Peach model right now. We actually have to get around to that Peach release video. Stop asking for mods. Peach, I made a whole new bunch of expressions for her because her in-game texture I don't really like, and even this one is not perfect. I still think this one could be refined a little bit, but I just wanted to use it. And I think, which one was it? I forget. I think it was this that I used. Where she's like, huh? This Peach will be public eventually, I think. I'm like 70% sure. I gotta ask MGS about it. But yeah, please stop asking for mods in chat. We'll get around to it, bro. There's another expression. I wonder what would I look like in every single model, though. I don't know, bro. Then you're all dismissed. Peach lets them leave. And Benny looks over, he's like, yeah, well, it's time. Blue is excited. Look at how happy he is to fucking finally have someone to talk to for more than 10 seconds before they either give him shit or just leave and do their job. There's a supercharger. I had to make that model. There's Blue exhaling, so that's actually a reference to right here in Day of the Lease. No pressure, deep breaths. No pressure, deep breaths. He does it right here. Oh yeah, I actually don't know how well this scene came across. Right here. Benny is like putting the lab coat on is what's happening in this shot. So you can kind of hear like the sleeve movement. I don't know how well I got that point across. Blue breathing is a reference. Yeah, it quite literally is. That's the only reason I added that shot. Because that line, I thought that line of dialogue was like really funny in Day of the Lease where he's like, okay, you can do this. He's just like hyping himself up in his head. I thought that was really funny. So I'm like, okay. Some level of consistency. I'm going to have him take a deep breath before getting to work on this fucking crazy, stupid project. I need a drink of water. I've been talking for 40 minutes straight almost. But yeah, this shot is supposed to be Benny putting the coat on, Blue exhales, inhales and then exhales, and then Spade's bitch ass wanders into this conference room where they just were. He goes, "Old man, you got a minute?" It's the same thing he said to Blue earlier in the video. He's like, "Hey, new Blue, you got a minute?" Which was like, where was it? Somewhere over here. I don't know. Right here. That little thumbnail. He says, "You got a minute?" And he says the exact same thing to Toadsworth because this guy walks around, asks people for their time, and just gives them shit. And he's so annoying, and I hate him. Anyway, I thought this was really cool. The opening of the panel. I don't know how well like the animation synced up. I think it looks pretty good. It really does look like Benny's actually opening it. Like he just kind of releases it right there, lets it fling open, and then he stops. And then same with this. He isn't actually picking this up. It's just keyframed to like map his movements. I think that looked pretty good. And then he throws it in. I actually messed up this shot right here. Blue is just frozen. Like he just kind of doesn't move here, and it's a little weird. Who played in full motion? Just keep an eye on Blue in that shot. He just doesn't do anything. But the charger's in there. And Clowny's like, "Oh shit, I'm getting fixed," and he blinks. He's alive, dude. He is reacting to like something happening. And Spade says the new guy started messing with the clown cart. Toadsworth knows Toadsworth knows what's going on, so he's like, okay. Is that so? Dumbass. And then Benny welding Clowny. He's so happy. He seemed super coy about it yesterday. Like something else was going on. I thought this was so funny. I don't know what that thing is, but like Benny's like jumping up inside of Clowny, falls back, and then like he pulls like this wire or something. I don't know what it is exactly. I couldn't tell you. I just kind of made a graphic. So he's just playing along with Spade this whole. Yeah, no, it's exactly what he's doing. Yeah. Because he knows that Blue is messing with Clowny. He's like, okay, yeah, bro, for sure. Yeah, yep, you got it, man. But yeah, back to this shot. He like pulls this weird like wire thing out of Clowny. And then it fucking recoils back, launches that away, and then they both immediately react to it. So Blue is just kind of like indifferent right here, but then he just, duh. Hopefully he didn't need that. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I couldn't tell you, but it launches and breaks a window, and then he just ... And Spade realizes that Toadsworth is fucking around with him. He says, "You didn't." Toadsworth's like, "I did." And it appears he's made a new friend from it too. Why him? Because he hates Blue for some reason. I suppose we'll find out. Toadsworth doesn't... So the fun thing with Toadsworth that me and Rise realized pretty recently is that he's just like the cool uncle. Like he just kind of does shit and he doesn't really care if like he could get in trouble for it. He literally just... He gave this random new worker at the castle just a weapon of mass destruction. He's like, "Yeah, fuck around with it. Have fun. Do your thing, bro." He's like, I don't know why it's so funny to me that he's just like, Toadsworth is that guy, bro. It looks like licorice. Yeah, it kind of does. I could see that. I don't know. I literally just drew squiggles in paint on that. I like that fade between Blue and Toadsworth. It could have been better. I lined up their like mushroom tops, but their shoes are misaligned. Like the shots aren't perfect, but I think it looks pretty cool. It's just so funny to me. Like, yeah, I guess we'll find out. Who knows? And the color correction here changes a little bit. Oh right, I forgot Spade isn't just being a stick in the mud. The clown car is yeah. Spade is like, you know what? He has every reason to like complain, I guess. Because that is a weapon of mass destruction that he's just in possession of. But Toads was like, yeah, no, he's just doing his thing. You know what? It's fine. Let him do it. These are like the weird panels that they install on Clowny's side. I couldn't tell you what purpose they serve. I just thought they looked cool on Clowny. Or I guess on Autumn, because Autumn was designed first. So yeah, there's the panels being added on both sides. The panel being straight implies the material he's made of is floppy when it's dropped. I like to think that they just like heated it up and I might want... Dude, please stop asking for models. I'm being so serious. Toadsworth, there's a 10 out of 10 character. Yeah. I love Toadsworth. He's fun. But yeah, the panels I just thought were cool. I couldn't really tell you a design reason. So when I originally designed Autumn looks pretty different from Clowny. So Autumn has different eyes, and the snout, and they're just expert welders. Yeah, I guess so. And he had the panels, and like, then at some point it went from Autumn being Autumn to Autumn formerly being a clown car, later modified to be a different clown car. So I'm like, okay, I have to make some kind of like connection. Can we stop talking about models in chat, please? I'm being so serious. There's other things on the screen that we're talking about. All right. Wah. Anyway. I lost my whole train of thought, dude. We're talking about the panels. So I'm trying to I was trying to draw a bridge between the design I had for Autumn to a default clown car with its snout broken. And this is what ended up happening. They just installed the panels on its side. And I don't know what they mean, but I think they look cool, so who cares? And then this cool camera shot. And then I thought this was, in hindsight, this edited a little weird. Or like it came out a little weird. Benny's like bouncing. He's supposed to be talking, but it looks a little strange. He's talking to Oddard and Kabosu. There's two friends that were in the new place, obviously. And this is another group shot. I thought this was so dope. Just people coming in to watch them work on the clown car. Actually, I'm going to rewind. I'm going to talk about every recolor in this shot because there's a lot. So there's obviously Oddard, Kabosu. There's Crazy Daisy. Rotating shot still goes hard. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. There's a toad with sleeves, just a generic toad. This is, I think it's either this one or this one. Maybe both of them, honestly. This toad here, this like red one, and then this one over here, this red one. I think they're just Rise's color code, just like reformatted. And then there's the Goomba. I think this is Matthew Smart's color code, if I'm not mistaken. And then this toad here is Peach's color code, actually, which is funny. Who is dragging Tot to these group shots? Dude, I don't know. This kid just keeps showing up, and he's not... This is the same day, and he doesn't have the sleeves that he had on earlier in the video. I don't know. That's so funny to me. This is actually just Yoshi. Like, the Yoshi. Like, Mario's Yoshi. Which I thought was interesting. It's just a default Yoshi design. It's actually just Yoshi, the one on the roof in the castle. Or in the castle grounds. I just realized that Saturn has been open and we've been hearing birds chirping this whole time. You've got to be shitting me. Anyway. And then, yeah, they do the little... They're like, huzzah! Look at our creation. Maybe Tot sleepwalks. Sleep crawls. It's cool that Mario enemies work in the castle. Yeah, that's a big Paper Mario thing. It's like... Hold on, give me a second. This is kind of annoying. Okay. Anyway. What were we watching? Christ, man. Yeah, so they're just doing the little show-off thing. They do their little bounce. This star... So if you line this frame up with... Where is it? With this frame... I think it might be a little zoomed in on this, but this star follows the exact same like motion path that this star does in the scene with Lasden. It is identical. It's literally just a reused asset and made it a lot easier to work through. And also, this same idea of like the characters on... You're supposed to say, where were we? I get it. No one knows that video. Oh no, I skipped ahead in the wrong video. Oops. In the new place... There is this moment at the end with... Yeah, where is it? Stick to the script? Ouch, dude. this moment with Yellow and Toadette doing the same thing. They're like talking about Peach's castle to the newbies, and the same little star effect. So it is like a borderline reuse shot. I actually forgot the light rays in this. That would have made it a lot cooler, I think, now that I think about it. But anyway, that's just the cool production detail of this scene. And then this is a repeat of the opening where like Clowny just leaves, but this time Blue is still exhausted, but Benny is panicking out of his freaking mind. And he shows up late. Blue does not care. Blue knows what's happening. Benny is still a little terrified. And they just ride Clowny back over the wall. And then Toadette walks in. So I think I've explained this scene in a series of tweets, but the idea with this scene is that it's again just a direct mirror of the New Place scenes between Toadette and Blue, where can I bring my UI back, please? Thank you. It's like poetry, it rhymes, something George Lucas, something Breaking Bad. Sure, man. Vince Fair, stop, dude, stop. So in this scene, Blue is looking through the banister, and then he walks away kind of sad because he wishes that he could be like either participating or like friends with them, but obviously they're just doing their jobs. In this scene, Toadette wanders into this courtyard as they're in the middle of working, watches them work, and then leaves without a word before Blue even notices that she's there. He doesn't see her here. So it's the same idea, because then in this scene in the New Place, she realizes that someone was there, and she goes to check it out. But all she sees is like the open door. And then... so there's the clock sound there. It's the same thing here. Same idea. So I added that sound effect just to like reference that scene. And then the forest maze is the only instance of forest maze in this video, but I needed to have it in some scene. Day 3. Test flight number 1. Okay, I think it's all ready to go. This spinning shot is a little lackluster, honestly. I don't really like this shot too much, but it works for what it needs to be. It lags a little bit too. This is so exciting. I've wanted to work on a cloud car for the longest time. He's so happy. I hope it's worth it. Blue in this scene is actually doing the same thing he's doing in the opening, where he's like kind of just like, I don't know what word I want to. He's toying with the back, I guess, of Clowny in this moment. It's the same way he's doing. There's like even the same sound where he goes like bwah, bwah, bwah. I love transition text being a layered part of the scene in animation. Thank you. But yeah, he's doing. You can hear the sounds. The doink. That's just copy pasted from the beginning of the video. I wouldn't say no to more hands in the long term, Benjamin. And he's like, oh, if you let me, then you can call me Benny. That's I've been calling him Benny this whole time, but they don't really. He doesn't really say it until this part of the video. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just call him Benny. Boy, Benny, this truly was a... You're an asshole. God damn it. Anyway, then what say we send it, Benny? Ready whenever, Captain Toad. Fuck off. No. This is okay, please don't call me Captain Toad. Everyone knows Captain Toad. I totally regretted it as soon as I said it. And then this is... I love a good dolly zoom. And I think this is so fucking sick. There's 4 dolly zooms back to back to back to back. Come on, you hunk of scrap. You just called him a hunk of shit. Shit. This is my favorite Blue expression in this video. Blue has tons of expressions throughout the whole thing, but this is like one of my favorites. I think, if not my favorite, because it's just so real. He's like, you know? Maybe we missed something? There's no chance it's just doing its usual thing. Why is this its top speed? He's still saying it, by the way. Keep that in mind. He's still calling him it. And then the music from the montage kicks back in. as Benny realizes something's happening. And then right here, you can see his colors are flickering. So it's making you think like, oh shit, maybe he's gonna launch another fireball, but his eyes are different. His eyes aren't like the big yellow ones. It's just clowny but angry and like glowing for some reason. Don't even think about it. It's I remember I said to keep that in mind. It just comes right back. He just says the exact same thing, but this time he's like, don't even think about it. You know, he's like, you're fucking lying. This is not about to happen. That was like the intention behind the line. Is that Benny reaction sound from Paper Jam? I can't. It's actually Sticker Star. Like the weird like suction cup sound is Sticker Star, I think. Oh no, it's Galaxy 2. It's Galaxy 2. I remember. I have two big Vegas files. One with Galaxy 2 sound effects all in like a row, and then one with Sticker Star sound effects all in a row. And that's where I plucked a bunch of these like little reaction sounds from. But yeah, that's a Galaxy 2 sound effect. I love just the music buildup in this scene. I thought it was so good. And then another dolly zoom right here. And then he fucking launches. This is my favorite scene in the video. By far. If you do the frame by frame, Clowny's like, he starts like, he's a little squished, but he's not like quite there yet, but he's squishing more and more as he's going down. And then he fucking goes at this angle. And then he just, you know, he he just elongates completely. And I just love the way it looked. It came out so well to me. And then this shot is also crazy. It does like, so the way this shot works is the camera's moving back, down, but then it's looking up and the FOV is increasing. Is the way I did this shot. Use of squash and stretch all over is fantastic in this. Thank you. I'm glad it worked. I thought I might have overused it. There's unique toads in this video. It couldn't have been from Sticker Star. That's so funny. They should show this in Machinima 101. I don't know about that. It just came out so good. I feel like Clowny fucking motion blurred launching above, and then the zoom back, the FOV change, and then this ascend, and then there's more birds back here also. So I reused that effect from the scene with Spade where the birds just come up. I thought that was a good thing to reuse because that, excuse me, it took me a minute to figure out how to do the bird thing. Squash and stretch is really underused. I don't even see it used much at all. There's friendly Goombas, no chance of Sticker Star. Yeah. But yeah, I said to remember the ascend thing. And it comes up right here. Ascend! This is actually, so where this is inspired from, and it's kind of oddball. It's from a Valorant animatic. I'd have to find it. It's one of these like older ones. Shattered, Unmade, Retake. Which one is it? Is it Ascent? I think it's the Ascent animatic. Yeah, it's this one. I think it's not this moment. Where is it? I think it is. It is right here. So that's like the inspiration behind like the whole Ascend thing. The text just coming in slow-mo. That was like the idea I had behind it. He didn't even talk about the super. Oh fuck! You're right. I did forget about the super. I literally didn't talk about him in the big shot because I was gonna talk about him after. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's a there's a toad based on super in this scene. I totally forgot. You're so right. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Oh god, this is loud. But yeah, the whole Ascend thing is based on this. I just thought it was a really cool effect. They integrated it in the video better, but it's really hard to do, honestly. I couldn't figure out like a stylish way to do it because you can see like even here like the text like warps as Jet goes through it. It's just such a cool effect. They do it so well in this. Yeah, I couldn't emulate that if I tried. And the camera pans down to Blue screeching his lungs out. It's kind of funny. I uploaded this video unlisted just to watch it in my bed like hundreds of times. I spent like 8 hours porting Puddin's house. Yeah, he did do that. It was insane. I can't believe he had the commitment to do that. That was crazy. Yeah, that's just actual magic with. Yeah, dude, I don't know how they did that shit. It was insane. You'd have to do that entirely by hand, and that is not worth it. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the camera actually is moving down here, and then it descends on blue, and he screams. So when I uploaded this video unlisted tons of times, just to watch it to myself in bed, there was one moment where like it was like 17 minutes long, and I'm like, why did this render come out 17 minutes long? It's because the sound effect I have for blue screaming, I decided like that I wanted that to be his reaction months ago, like so long ago before I got around to editing this scene. So this screaming sound effect, I just placed it like way later in the Vegas timeline just to have it there for me to use. So this is completely arbitrary. This doesn't matter at all to this video. But I just thought it was so funny that one of the times I uploaded this video was just super long for no reason. It's because if you sit through 4 minutes of nothing, you just hear a toad scream just out of nowhere. I thought it was really funny. Anyway, you have the zoom lines on the edge of the screen. I thought that was cool to make the video like more like energetic, I guess. And then it pans to Benny saying, "Oh my stars." That's his whole like little catchphrase because he's fucking adorable. Clowny did it. He says Clowny did it. So originally that line was actually we did it. But fuck that. I like the idea that it was Clowny's fault. Like he did a bad thing. It was Clowny's fucking accomplishment. Clowny finally launched, you know, as opposed to, oh my god, we fixed Clowny. Which they did. But, you know, I just like the idea that Benny is like less crediting himself and more like, holy shit, this creature just had a crazy accomplishment. And this cool shot of Clowny at the top of the castle. His panels are also red here. He's like overheating up there because he just launched this. Dude, one of my videos I made years ago has a random green screen clip after several minutes of nothing in the final version. That's so unfortunate. That's so funny. I'm so sorry, dude. And then this quite literally added this scene 3 days before the video was finished. Thank you again for the meeting, landlord. Look who it is. It's motherfucker and motherfuckers. Let me go back to the wide shot. So Bully, everyone knows Bully. You got Pete. Everyone knows Pete, I hope. He's pretty important in this video. There's Pete in Day of the Lease, and then in chapter 1, there's Pete right there. Where'd he go? There's Pete right there. And then there's Wallace. Fucking Wallace. Everyone loves Wallace. Let's go find Wallace, guys. Let's go find Wallace's first video. Where the fuck is Epicenter? Did I unlist that bitch? I think I might have unlisted it. I totally did. Where is it? Oh my god. Okay, we're going to the subpar wiki for this. Wallace was in a scrapped shitty video. Yeah, so debut Epicenter scrapped short. And then his technical debut now is Test Flight. Wallace first appeared in SUBPAR Mario 64 Epicenter, a scrapped short that was meant to tie Day of the Lease to what was supposed to be Chapter 1. However, the plans for Chapter 1 were scrapped, and the first chapter of SUBPAR ended up becoming the new place. So Epicenter made no sense. Epicenter sucks. Fuck Epicenter. From the best SUBPAR. Stop, dude. And then there's a Florida native Shy Guy. They're just kind of like bullies, like dudes. Oh yeah, SUBPAR wiki plug. What can I say? And she calls him landlord. So the weird thing with Bully is that he is a landlord, right? But he's also like a landlord. It doesn't make any sense. No place does this. But Bully's like effectively just like the mayor of Flora. So he's called landlord. Like that's his role. But he is like a ruling person. He's not the king or anything. But he is just like the governor, I guess you could say. It's a strange. I don't know why I ever did that. Because he could have just totally been the mayor. Didn't even know the wiki existed. Yeah, that was in the it's in the description of Test Flight. Right here. If you want to read up. I think it's pretty cool. Me and Rise have been working on it and a couple others. But yeah, Bully is so he's both leasing houses to people. So slow. What's slow? He's both leasing houses to people, and he's also like the ruler, I guess. So he's like the big authority. And that's why he has a meeting with Peach here. Because he is like the representative. He sees Clowny up there. Clowny is going down a little bit. Read up on the Bully's wife arc now. I also added this like drop text to Bully because his text isn't that readable. It's just gray. There's a little gray there. Because otherwise you can't really... This text is a little hard to read. What are you calling slow, dude? Who are you people? Get out of here. And then Clowny comes down. And Clowny's also steaming. Because he just launched. And he is overheating a little bit. His panels are still red. And the high five. I love the high five. I'm just gonna... I don't really have anything to say about it. But I'm just... it's just so good. And they both land at the same time. Golly, Clowny, you didn't have to show off like that. Clowny's eyes are also closed. If I didn't know you were somewhat automated, I would have thought you'd have cooked yourself. Thank you, Benny. Thank you for letting me. I still think we can make his automation work better with the supercharger. It's just going to take a lot of time to... Wait, what'd you say? Scrap? Benny is... he's stupid in this scene. He's just like... He's talking nonsense. The supercharger? Dude. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's automation. It's automation. We have a name. This thing clearly has some kind of a mind of its own. It's totally automated. Automation. Automated? I don't know. Something about automation. Well, all due respect, I think Green was an arguably slightly less awful name. He had... This line is so funny to me. He has two adverbs. He goes, arguably slightly less. Or, I guess adjectives, rather. Arguably slightly less. It's just, I don't know, that's funny to me. Who is messaging me? Anyway. Autumn. Autumn for short. Oh yeah, oh, in this shot, right here. Clowny's panels. Is it this shot? It might have been an earlier shot. I think it was the one where he says, this thing has a mind. Yeah, right here. This is how Benny tells you you're an idiot. He's so polite about it, though. Arguably slightly less awful. Green is a dog shit name. Green would have been whack. But anyways, in this shot, Clowny's panels start red. And then if you do the frame by frame, they do go back to like the grayish color. They're just cooling off. It's totally automated. Autumn. Autumn for short. So the name Autumn actually came before Clowny. I think I talked about that earlier. But I had to like tie the shits together. So the name Autumn is older than Clowny. He says even though it's summer because it is July. But it is what it is. Aw, Tom. I do not know naming conventions, only love for my repairs. Okay! So Autumn speaks. Autumn is alive. I hope I teased it enough throughout the whole video to where it made sense that he does in fact speak. So for Autumn's voice, so if you watch The New Place and Captain Max speaks, he has like a bit of a robotic filter. Oh, he doesn't have a line there. He speaks, it's alive. So Mac has like this little robotic kind of voice filter on him. So what I did for Clowny, or Autumn I guess in this case, what I did was I just recorded myself whistling in the mic and then put that same filter on it. That's all I did, just... And then put that filter over it. So it just sounds kind of robotic. I thought it was a cool detail. He lives! So he finally... Throughout the whole video, he was calling Clowny it. But now that Autumn is talking, he says he lives. Oh my god, this thing is alive. Autumn speaks. What?! Also, I love if you keep track of Benny's expressions in the shot. So he goes from that like shocked face. It does sound like a slide whistle. That kind of was what I was trying to go for. But in all honesty, like I knew that was like the kind of sound I wanted to go for, but I couldn't tell you what it would have sounded like. If you asked me what sound that sounds like, I would not have told you sound whistle. I would not know. I would not have known what to Google to find that kind of sound effect. Slide whistle is the perfect description for it. That's totally exactly what I was going for. And you're so right about that, and I'm glad you said that. Because I could have never found the word to describe it. You're completely right. But yeah, if you track Benny's face, he goes from that. So he's still like a little like, what the fuck? And then he's like, what? And then he's all happy. I don't know. I think it's really funny. I like I like the expression in this video a lot. I was really happy with all of them. And then this is a remix of that that song that played earlier during the montage. The song when Benjamin, Kabosu, and Oddard first walk into the castle in the new place. It's all the same song, just remixed. That is this song. It is the same song, just remixed. I also think Toad's final animation is so cool. The like him throwing his arms down. Yeah, I really like that. I thought it came out super well. This is my favorite song I've used in any video, by the way. I love this logo too. I thought it came out really well. I was trying to, I don't know. It was really hard because I couldn't get the text to warp like perfectly. You can see it's like not quite on the edges, but I think it came out pretty good. Based on characters by Nintendo, created by me, written by me and Rise. These credits kind of suck because I actually edited the credits before most of the scenes in this video, so they're a little like incorrect. And then this song also doesn't have that clowny sound. I just added that. I just added that. I thought it sounded cool. Still more of a fan of Toho Fusion. Yeah, well, sucks to suck. Created using Saturn. Look at all the mod makers. Actually, Rise should be in that list too because she ported Clowny pretty. She added the propeller spinning to Clowny. I don't know if I forget who it was. MGS or her that ported Clowny. This video was so fun to make, and this video came out like it was the smoothest production I think I've had in a minute. It was such an easy edit, and I don't know if it was because of Saturn. I think it was because of Saturn. But it was a pretty large part of making this video was Saturn. Rise ported Clowny. Okay, I forgot if you were involved or if it was all her. But yeah, a big part of this video was Saturn made it easy to record scenes. I feel like I've hit like my editing stride to where I know like the optimal like editing techniques that I need to finish a video. And I just knew everything I wanted to do from the get-go. There was like very little changes between the script and the actual video. So it was just smooth as butter. And I had a fucking blast. And it was so fun. And I'm glad I finished it not as quickly because it's still like 9 months, but it was a good time. Oh, also this just says to be continued. Whereas in chapter 1, it says end of chapter. It's just to be continued because this isn't a chapter video. There's still like more little interludes to come out between this and chapter 2, so. And then the iris is cloudy. Hooray, we did it! That was like an hour. Any questions? I think I'm done. Otherwise, honestly, I don't really have much else I want to talk about. I guess I could talk about the thumbnail. The thumbnail, this picture of Clowny right here is actually just the first shot of the video. So if you go, I could have not paid attention well, but weren't you going to talk about the like fire? Oh fuck, you're right. The scorch mark. Oh my god, I forgot about the scorch mark. Yeah. So the scorch mark is in the background of any shot where it would be visible. And this was a pain in the dick too, because I edited this whole scene between Benny and Blue before I realized, oh my god, there was a scorch mark there, so I had to go back, add the scorch mark to all these shots, and it's not even consistent in like size. So like here, it's the same size. Cut forward a little here. I think, is it in this shot? It might be in this one. No, it's not in this one. But what are your thoughts on Vegeta being added to the community wiki? Are you serious? Dude, what is going on over there? What are they? Who made this page? What? Okay, that makes sense. That's actually so fucking funny. Hello, I wanted to create this page with info box details and whims. Goku got added to. Okay, we're just going completely off the rails now. That's so fucking stupid. LMAO, who did this? Anyway. Yeah. GG. I don't know. I don't have much else to talk about. Check out the Subpar wiki. I think there's some neat stuff in here. I like clicking just random page and reading up. Although it tends to take me, yeah, like Dim's page. We got quotes. We got fucking species, like categories. Except it's actually just Toads and Whittles that have categories right now. But yeah, it's good fun. It's still in the works, but Mario has a page. There's no picture of Mario. Well, oh yeah, Bully's wife. We gotta talk about Bully's wife that is dead. He has a dead wife. Dead as fuck, 6 feet under. I'm lying also. It's actually not true. He doesn't have a wife. No love stories in my series. There's a Lileen page, even though she hasn't been in a video yet. But I figured, like, I've already talked about her and I've had pictures of her on the internet, so it's like, whatever, I'll give her a page. Debut Interlude. Lileen's Day In. That's probably the next video. Dr. Eggman has a page on it too. I miss my wife, Pete. I miss her a lot. I'll be back. Oh my god, Dr. Eggman does have a page. What the fuck? Oh, it's actually Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Actually. Bully's wife got hit by a t-shirt cannon. So yeah, that's Test Flight. I hope it came out well. It's a pretty like big jump in quality, I'd say. Lileen has got to be the character with the most work put in compared to how much screen time she's gotten. Dude, you're so right. Because the screen time she's gotten is this, and it's the old model. Sorry, I'm just watching this opening at this point. Let me not do that. Yeah, I got nothing else to talk about. You guys want to play, like, Render 96? Never mind, I deleted it. I forgot. We got Mission of the Month. Was there anything else this month, though? Like, what else came out this month? The 3-minute M. Jacob Barker video? Thank you, Aaron. I'm glad. So, on that note, I leave you with Clowny. She's had 4 different versions. She has had 4 different versions. I leave you with Clowny. On a high F. Oh my god! There we go. Any new info about Lileen? I want to rewrite. So I have like a pretty short synopsis for Lileen's Day In. Oh yeah, Sean, your video was really good. I liked it a lot. The voice acting was really fun. Sean, you gotta like spam promote it on Twitter. That's always fun. Just make people watch it and paste the URL in every single tweet, even if it's not related. Put it in your bio. Say, my new video's out, and then put it in the bio, and then set it to your Twitter account website to also have it twice in your bio. And then pin the tweet to your profile so people know to click on it, and then, yeah. Hey. guys, I'm out of things to talk about. Go to Lillian High FOV. Oh, this is her. I gave her a pajama outfit. This is Lillian in her jammies, but I gotta get rid of the shirt symbol. That sounds great. The Twitter. Oh yeah, I forgot you're not on Twitter. God damn it, dude. Lillian in her jammy jams. On High FOV. Do I have near clipping off? Oh. Smoge. I will shill you. I thought you said I will shit your content for you. But yeah. But yeah. Oh, what? When I full screen Saturn it. Oh, wait, there we go. I was gonna say, just cut the footage on the stream. Hello? I think I might have actually edited Lean from my SMG4 model. That's fine. That's literally the only reason I asked for like a remodel of her face. Because I thought the SMG4 one was really good. So I'm like, MGS knows his shit about human characters. Do I have SMG4 still? I do not. I think I deleted it or moved it to a different folder because I don't really have a use for it. Bald! 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 I think I'm gonna just call it there though. I don't really have much else to talk about, guys. Look at, do you like my wallpaper? I think this wallpaper's pretty cool. Hiya. The hand emoji. Boy, I gotta smack your bald head. Your wallpaper's nice, thank you. I saw it on Twitter. I don't know who made it, but it was like in a conversation about like AI art, and like this dude was like, well, yeah, you could use like the whole illusion thing to make or like the illusion AI, whatever that shit is called, where like people are taking pictures and just turning into like forests and stuff, and like, oh, blur your eyes a little and you can see the actual picture. Well, why would you do that when like there's this really cool artist that makes shit like this? He turned like a cat into a cloud, and there's like a whole bunch of his art, and it was really cool. And I forgot the rest of the art, but it was all really cool. I was about to make a joke and ask if chat wanted to watch me play Fortnite, but I think I've made that joke in other streams, so I'm not going to do that again. I also don't know how many times I've made that joke. But I think I'm going to go. Because I don't really have much else to talk about. I just wanted to talk about Test Flight. Because that video was fun. And I really liked making it. The clat. 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 Clat it. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I hope I gave some insight into the buttery slope that was the production of Test Flight. The buttery but bumpy slope. It was so smooth, but there were some moments where I wanted to blow my brains out. So, thanks for tuning in, friends. I am gonna go take a shower. So, bye!